This is the day in which Norma hopes a prayer of many years will be answered. She's come all the way from rural Guatemala to Veracruz, Mexico, for a long-awaited reunion.
I'm going to see my sister, who I haven't seen since I was 10. She left to help us, but she never came back. I haven't seen her for 37 years.
Norma's one of 41 Central Americans in Mexico, searching for relatives who disappeared on their way to the US. They spread the word in town squares, carrying photos of their missing relatives and telling harrowing stories of a last phone call, fruitless payments to people smugglers, and the worst, not knowing if a loved one is dead or alive.
The hole that they leave in our hearts, no one can fill. It's really tough losing someone. And if I have to do this again, I will.
Civil organizations believe there are tens of thousands of missing migrants in the country. Parts of Mexico have really turned into black holes in which migrants simply disappear. Some just lose contact with their families, others are caught by police, but many travelling on routes like the train that runs on these tracks become easy prey to criminal gangs that kidnap, extort and even kill them. The Caravan's been running annually for 12 years. It's an exhausting journey for these mostly older people. They leave DNA samples along the way, hoping for a miracle. Marta Sanchez, the organizer, say it's up to them because Mexican authorities do so little.
The transit country isn't interested in anyone knowing the crimes committed here, especially because there are loads of authorities involved in them.
The government didn't respond to our interview request, but despite the threat from both sides of the law, severe poverty and vicious gangs are still pushing those in Honduras, El Salvador and Guatemala to go north. And as more come, the list of the missing grows. One name can now be struck off. After 37 years, Norma has finally found her sister. She'd left Guatemala depressed after losing a child and lost contact with her family. She's now ready to reconnect. The mothers looking on chant. It can be done. It can be done. But with little help from Mexican authorities, for many of them, that's more a distant hope than a certainty. John Holman, Jazeera, Veracruz.